Welcome back to Level Headed Gamer. My name is Joseph. Today we got some details on the PC specs for Outriders, and we got some juicy details for you guys to discuss today in this video. So let's get right into it. And if you want more Outrider coverage, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below to the channel because we're gonna have a lot more videos on Outriders. All right, let's go. Although this video will be dedicated mostly for the PC player base, there is some footage that's salvaged over in this video that applies to all the fans. But let's start with the most important, the PC specs. What is great is the system requirements you're going to see in the video are all based on 60 FPS minimum, and it'll basically run on any machine that's 6 years old or less. Or at least that's what the developer is stating. I am a little disappointed there's no CPU or GPU specifics that were given for the ultra settings, but I imagine this game not being as GPU as intensive as something like Assassin's Creed or Marvel Avengers. I myself, I'll be running it on a 32 gig RAM Intel i7 CPU with an RTX 2080 Super. So for me, maybe it's not going to be 4K Ultra, I doubt it, but 2K should be no problem. However, I do appreciate them showing some gameplay on all the minimum recommended Ultra settings in that little montage, because it gives us an idea of what to expect. And I gotta say, it looks good on all of them. When it comes to graphics options, there wasn't an insane amount of options to play around with, but it's enough variety to kind of tinker around and create for the lower end systems something that's going to work for you. It will also support frames limiting for those who need it, as well as DLSS, which has recently been announced as a feature they will support. It's amazing because it does boost performance quite a lot, and it's going to have DSR, or which is called downsampling resolution. Again, it's nice for any system that struggles to run the game, because there's a lot of people, I think there was a statistic saying that GTX, most people are still on GTX cards. They haven't even upgraded to RTX. So that's important to make sure to capture the player base that they're able to play this game. As a matter of fact, the most popular games in the world usually are lower graphics games because they're easy to run and most systems can run them. The next feature they announced was Ultrawide Support. That's a no-brainer for me because it's a bigger market that has become a bigger market over the years. I myself will be playing it on my MSI 21:9 ultra-wide screen, but I don't use it since I started YouTube. It's just a pain in the ass editing videos. It took me like another hour extra, and I just didn't want to go through the pain. And I just got myself a regular 2K 16:9 screen myself. But enough about me, moving on. People Can Fly talked about full UI customization support, which again, something I covered before, and it's a given for any looter shooter. But being able to tinker with each visual piece of info, I think is a really nice touch. I'm one of those guys, like, I don't need to see all the numbers on screen for every point of damage I'm doing, unless I need to test some certain gear out. I like a more minimalistic approach myself personally, but of course there's other people that just want all the information, and it's nice to have both. There's also going to be full controller support for the Xbox and PS4 controllers, but PS5 controller unfortunately was not mentioned, however. I would like to see DualSense support at some point, but honestly I don't see it happening anytime soon, if at all. As a matter of fact, it was the only reason why I considered buying this game on PS5, is I want to just test out the DualSense haptic feedback and adaptive trigger features, if it's going to have any, which I don't think they really talked about if it's going to support that or not, but we'll see in the future. I'm sure they're going to mention it. It's also a nice touch that there's 13 different language tracks supported by the game. I myself, I'm Russian, so I'm definitely going to be checking out that Russian track after I beat it in English. I think it'll just be fun just to see the differences in acting. I had a lot of fun with Witcher 3 because the voice acting in Russian, it being a Polish game, was really, really good. The game will also support full crossplay. And I mean full crossplay between all systems and platforms, and that is an example I think most developers should follow. It makes for more united community for the game, for all of us to kind of come together as well as let you enjoy the game with all your friends. You don't have to buy the system on the system that your friend has it. You could just play. And for those who enjoy tinkering with the FOV or field of view, they got you covered with that as well. I mean, really, guys, they have got you covered with everything, any possible thing that you might think of, although they didn't talk about accessibility. in terms of, somebody visually impaired or they're not able to play with a certain controller. They didn't mention that, but there was an option you can see on screen that said accessibility, so maybe something there. And in terms of FOV, I personally don't mess with it because it distorts the image. And I'm one of those people, for me, immersion's first, competitiveness is second. Essentially, that is all I got for you, my level-headed nation. And let me know down below, which platform will you be playing this game on? And if you're playing it on PC, what kind of setup you got? Let me know your specs. And again, I want to thank you guys for stopping by and giving me some of your time. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below because it does help me out. And I would love to grow this channel with you guys and make it just a bigger community. Until next time, guys, peace out. Take care.